Today I wanted to do a video that will help you guys figure out if your gut is healthy or not. I want you to count up all the ways in which these symptoms apply to you, and in the end drop them in the comment section below. So grab a notepad and a pen and let's get stuck in. Hey you guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. It's so good to be tuning in with you again this week. Let's find out the symptoms of an unhealthy gut and how to know if your gut is healthy or not. Okay, reason number one to know if your gut is healthy or not is having an upset stomach. This one is pretty straightforward. One of the symptoms of an unhealthy gut is gut disturbances. This can be things like a gassy belly, bloating, cramps, heartburn. If your gut microbiome is off balance and therefore unhealthy, you might end up having more gassy bloats because this specific gut microbiome bacteria produces gas during the fermentation period. So if there's more of it, there's going to be more gas, which is going to make you more bloated. So if this sounds like you, this might be your first symptom of an unhealthy gut. Reason number two that we're going to be talking about today is unintentional weight change. Whether it's weight gain or weight loss, if you're not doing any dietary or exercise changes and you're seeing fluctuations in your weight, that's a big sign that your gut health might not be as healthy as it should be. Imbalance in your gut microbiome can alter or shift the way your body takes in nutrients. So in short, it can impair the body's ability to absorb nutrients, regulate blood sugar, and store fat. This in turn can lead to unintentional weight changes. And if you're having some unexplained weight gain or weight loss on the scales, this would be your second symptom of an unhealthy gut. If you're suffering with weight gain, it's most likely going to be contributed to by either insulin resistance or an increase in cravings. We're going to touch more on an increase in sugar cravings later on in this video. And if you're suffering with weight loss, that's associated with small intestinal overgrowth. And it basically means an overproduction of certain types of microbiome in your upper intestine, which eventually leads to weight loss. I do just want to say though, guys, be really honest with yourself on this one. Is it truly unexplained weight loss or weight gain? Or have you been making some changes? Our third symptom of an unhealthy gut is fatigue or chronic tiredness. If you have an unhealthy gut balance, it can cause a variety of sleep problems, from mild to chronic. If you find that you're waking more in the night or struggling to get to sleep, or just have that feeling like you're always exhausted, that is a symptom of an unhealthy gut. Research has shown that there is a strong correlation between fatigue and people who suffer with IBS, IBD, bloating, Crohn's disease, leaky gut syndrome. I'd say that I had this symptom and I didn't even realize I had this symptom until I started to fix the problem. I think with this fatigue symptom, I found that it was just so apparent in my rearview mirror. Reason number four, or symptom number four of an unhealthy gut is skin irritation. As you know, if you're subscribed to my channel,
do it now. Do it now. Do it.
I have spoken about the gut-brain axis before, but I had never heard of the gut-skin axis. I didn't know this, but your gut is in direct communication with your skin. Your skin has its own gut microbiome, which is directly influenced by your gut microbiome. So apparently, your gut microbiome plays a massive role in skin homeostasis. And an unhealthy gut with poor gut microbiome can lead to gut inflammation. And in turn, this leads to an increase of leaking of certain proteins from your gut. When these proteins leak into your bloodstream, this can then irritate the skin and can cause things like breakouts, inflammation, and eczema. So if you're experiencing any kind of type of skin irritation or you feel like your skin isn't in very good condition at the moment, it could be down to your gut health. Almost forgot about my tea. So good. Symptom number five, and the one I said I would come back to, is increased sugar cravings. This one is such a vicious cycle. Like, it's so unfair. As you guys know, if you've watched my previous videos on gut microbiome, you have good ones and you have bad ones. And basically the bad microorganisms in your gut, they live off a specific food type. So they might live off sugar or they might live off fat. And the good ones live off things too, but they live off healthy substances. A lot of the bad ones live off sugar. And obviously the bacteria want to live. They want to continue living in their home with you in your gut. And for that to happen, that means that you need to keep eating processed sugars and high fatty foods. Now, these bacteria have the ability to secrete proteins that act very similar to hunger hormones. So basically they're secreting something that's making you want the food that they need to survive. And those foods are high sugar and high fat. So then when you go and eat a donut because you have this craving, you're feeding them sugar. Because you're feeding them, they can then multiply and grow to be stronger, which will again lead to more sugar cravings.
So no.
The best way to improve this would be a combination of diet change and fasting. I talk all about this in last week's video, which I will drop in the comment section below for you guys. And I also have 2 fasting videos. One is kind of what fasting is. I will link that up there for you and drop it in the comment section below. And my other one is a vlog where I fasted for 66 hours and how I kind of dealt with that and the benefits I got from it. So I'll link that up there for you and drop it in the comment section below. Symptom of an unhealthy gut number 6, being poorly or being sick all the time. If you feel like you're being run down all the time or you don't feel like your normal self, this is a key symptom of an unhealthy gut. I didn't know this, but 70% of your immune system is found in your gut. I don't have time to go into it right now because it's just like a massive topic, but basically the cells that are made to help fight off infections and viruses that we come into contact with every day, they're made by cells that are found in your gut. So if you have unhealthy gut microbiome or an unhealthy gut, then these cells aren't going to be produced in the correct amounts, which is going to leave you vulnerable to viruses and bacterial infections and things like that. This is a really big reason to fix your gut microbiome. You might be sat there thinking, I want to educate myself on it, but I don't really want to change anything right now. But if you're experiencing this symptom, it is so crucial that you do something to improve your gut health as soon as possible. Because if your immune system is weakened and you come into contact with things like bacteria and end up with a bacterial infection, your immune system's not going to be able to fight it off like it normally would. And this will lead to more bacterial infections and a higher demand for antibiotics. And antibiotics will damage your gut even further. If you want to know more about what antibiotics do to your gut, then check out that video up there and I will also drop it in the comment section below. But I'm telling you, if you just put some time and resources into improving your gut health, you will be so much better for it. Symptom number 7, bowel movements. When you suffer with IBS, bloating, leaky gut, or any other digestive issues, it can feel like bowel movements are far from under your control. You may suffer with constipation, meaning days go by with you just feeling backed up and horrid. You may suffer with diarrhea, which means that the bathroom is basically your second bedroom. Or you may feel that day to day or hour to hour, your bowels just freak out and go from constipated to having diarrhea to normal and back to constipated. If you're suffering with going to the loo too much, it may be to do with a particular gut microbiome. This particular gut microbiome should only exist in small quantities, and in small quantities, it's helpful. But if it flourishes, it means that you're going to be running to the toilet every 5 minutes. And if you suffer with not going enough, you may be lacking some strains of bacteria. So here it would actually be really important to kind of focus on things like kombucha, kefir, probiotic yogurt, or probiotics. And you might find that that makes a really great improvement when it comes to feeling constipated. Symptom number 7 of knowing if your gut is healthy or not is food intolerance. Your gut might be struggling to digest certain foods if you are suffering with an unhealthy gut. Each gut microbiome has a very specific job, which means if you're lacking one specific type of gut microorganism, you may struggle to eat certain types of foods that need that microorganism to be broken down. This symptom kind of points to an undiverse gut, and a non-diverse gut is an unhealthy gut. Another way that food intolerances can come about is if you're suffering with a leaky gut or a damaged gut, as this allows undigested food particles to leak out of your gut and into your bloodstream. And basically when this happens, your immune system recognizes those food particles as foreign and dangerous, and it starts to attack them. So your body starts to go through an immune response and leaves you with symptoms like bloating, cramping, and abdominal pain. Symptom number 9 of an unhealthy gut is mood and concentration changes. Mood and concentration are severely affected by the gut. I did a whole other video on how your gut is affecting your mental health, called Is Your Gut Making You Depressed and Anxious? How Your IBS is Affecting Your Mental Health. And if you think you have an unhealthy gut and want to understand more about how it could be affecting your mental health, I highly advise jumping over to that video. So I will link it up there for you and also drop it in the comment section below. Basically, your brain is intrinsically linked with your gut. They talk all the time, and it's called the gut-brain axis, which I mentioned earlier. So if your gut is struggling, your brain knows about it. Gut bacteria manufactures around 95% of the body's serotonin. And without a healthy gut, you're most likely going to experience large dips in serotonin. And serotonin is an amazing hormone that helps you feel happy, helps you stay motivated, it helps you concentrate, it helps you be emotionally stable, and most of all, it helps you stay calm.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
So it's no wonder that you're suffering with low mood, a lack of concentration, and loads of other mental health side effects if you're struggling with an unhealthy gut. Symptom number 10, and our final symptom today of an unhealthy gut, is headaches. As I mentioned earlier, poor gut health can mean that some of the foods that you're eating aren't being welcome to your gut and are triggering that immune response. One of the side effects of the immune response, which is fighting the food that it doesn't want in your stomach, is headaches and migraines. This builds on my previous point of poor gut health negatively affecting your mental health. health. The best way to fight this symptom is to build up a more diverse gut microbiome over time, so that when you do eat these foods, they're welcomed into your gut and broken down with ease. This means that they'll no longer trigger an immune response and no longer give you those horrible headaches and migraines. It also means that you'll produce more serotonin and be happier and healthier in your everyday life. Thank you so much for tuning in with me for this video. Before you click off this video, why not share in the comment section below all of the symptoms that you're experiencing? It's always so interesting to see how diverse IBS and other bloating conditions can be, and it really is all about learning from each other. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to jump on down to that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I will link my handle for you right there. It's Scribbles by Alicia. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!